Hey everyone, we're going to take a look at the spinal cord and spinal nerves some more. I have these two models of that show off the spinal cord and spinal nerves. This one is a torso, the dorsal side, posterior side, and here we've got a vertebral column showing a spinal cord going through the vertebral canal and spinal nerves exiting out of the intervertebral foramina. Let's take a look at this one first. So we can see that the spinal cord starts, well, right now we see the medulla. Actually, this is midbrain. You can see the superior colliculi. Midbrain, you see the pons. Oops. The bulge of the pons, and then, sorry, I can't get this focus right. And the medulla. But as after we get out of the foramen magnum of the occipital bone, that's considered spinal cord. Spinal cord is running through the vertebral canal. Spinal nerves are exiting out of the intervertebral foramina, or sacral foramina if we're talking about the sacrum. Those holes for the sacrum since they're fused vertebrae. So how many spinal nerves do we have? There are 8 cervical spinal nerves. C1 starts, the C1 spinal nerve is above rostral to the C1 vertebra. It's important to make that distinction, spinal nerve versus bone. C1 spinal nerve is above C1 vertebra. C2 is above C2. C3 comes out above C3. C4 above C4. C5, C6, C7. And you'll have to trust me that there should be a C8 here. You can see that it's kind of broken on the inside. A C8 should come out right here. So C8 comes out below C7, above T1. This is C7. C8 comes out right here. So there are only 7 cervical vertebrae, but there are 8 spinal nerves. For the other nerves, it's more in line with how many vertebrae there are. So while there are 8 cervical, this is the last one, there are 8 cervical spinal nerves. This one is T1, and it's below caudal to T1. T2 spinal nerve is caudal to T2 vertebra. T3, T4, T5, T6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So here's T12. And the T12 vertebra, T12 spinal nerve. This next nerve is L1 in first lumbar vertebra, L2, L3, L4, oh, we're getting to the back here, L5, fifth lumbar vertebra. So there are 8 cervical spinal nerves, 12 thoracic spinal nerves, 5 lumbar spinal nerves. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 sacral spinal nerves. And then this very last one, that's coccygeal, abbreviated CO, because it's going by the coccyx. 8 cervical spinal nerves, 12 thoracic, 5 lumbar, 5 sacral, 1 coccygeal. On this model, we can see a similar thing. This is representing a cut C1, and you can see this nerve coming out. C2, C3, and so on. So these spaces are representing intervertebral foramina. This is showing the dura mater here in blue. This would be the arachnoid in pink, and then what's directly against the spinal cord would be pia mater. This line, this divot, represents the anterior median fissure. Sorry, not anterior, posterior median sulcus. Because we're on the back. Posterior median sulcus. What else can we see? You can see a cross-section of the spinal cord here, but not a whole lot of detail. You can see the conus medullaris ending around L1, L2. Just to count it, L1, L2, L3, L4, L5, and then sacrum. So here's L1, L2, here's the very tip of the spinal cord. The very middle line, that's made of pia mater. That is a filum terminale. It's made of pia mater, but everything else you see, I know it's all colored the same, but everything else you see, those are spinal nerves. That's the cauda equina, and you can see all the nerves exiting at their appropriate bone. All right. Let me know if you have questions. Once again, those are some features of the spinal cord, but mostly we're just going over the different levels of spinal nerves and where you find them.